day. What are you doing? I don't know what happened to the other thing, but anyway, we'll go with this. Part 2. 12:55. Finally I found some boots. Okay. Let's get out there in the mud and see what we can do. Get used to riding around mud puddles and things anyways. So let's do that. Right. Now, still wet as anything. You'll see in just a second how wet it is all around. It's still wet. It's going to be slippery. All I want to do is work with her at a walk. I don't want to do anything else today. I just want to get her to listen and stay with me focused for a while. I've got bees and everything out today, but it's just wet everywhere, soaked. I just went and dug a tree and put a tree in. So I've got another little gum tree that hopefully won't die, but it might. It's looking a bit wilted already. Let's see how we go. So the surface level here is fairly dry. I can't use the round yard, it's too slippery. So we're going to stay in the paddock today. It's a little bit risky, but oh, no risk, no reward. Alright, give me a second. Hey, I planted a tree. I don't know, I was just talking to myself. Just going to do a bit of Ellie work. See how she goes. Just want to see how she handles things when I'm directing her in mud. Yeah. I don't know why I picked it. Okay. You have to like it. Just got to behave. Alright. Okay, now I'm just going to try and get this over here without breaking my leg. Breaking anything else. It's going to be a bit of an issue with naughty ones out there. I don't want to have to screw about, that's for sure. It's just too wet to be mucking around in the mud. So what I'll do, I'll dress her up over there and see how we go. And here they come. Once they realise what I'm going to do. Oh, Zara seems to want to hang. Oh no, she's realised. And she's upset with Ellie. She's like, no, you don't. Now, what I don't want to do, I don't want to land in a heap of mud and not be able to get out of it. This could be a bit tricky. Because she's not going to want to get caught, for sure. That's definite. And I don't want to get covered in mud. That's definite. Because I haven't got gum boots and I've got boots that don't work anymore. Don't you get involved, you little shit. He's going to try and get involved with us all. So, I'm going to try and get through this mud quagmire. Hey, what are you doing? I should have got the dentist to look at you instead of Miss Ellie. That's what I should have done. This is like walking through a damn apocalypse of mud zone. Hey! Don't you touch that saddle, you little shit. Oh. Okay, so I'm going to take this into an obscure little corner. Because I'm not going to ride in here today, I don't think. I think I'm just going to stay out this way. Hopefully, I'm not going to freak out too much. So what I'll do is I'll pop this on this side where it's less likely for them to get stuck in the, get in and knock it down. And I'm going to catch her. No, I'm going to bring my gear first. Then I'll catch her. Hopefully it won't take me too long to get her this time after the other day. Complete disaster. We'll soon find out. So I have limited spaces that aren't slippery to work in. So today I'm going to work with her over this way. The ground is still soggy and wet right here. Lily! Else! Leisure! Elia! here for me while I grab your brush. Good girl. Right there. Stay. Stay there. Yeah. Stay. Good girl. You can remove yourself if you have to, but you're welcome. You're going to stand for me, aren't you? Yeah, stay. Good girl. Like me, I've got to do things I don't want to do sometimes. You did well. You did good. I know you're grouchy. You did good. Back. I don't want any nonsense out of you today, okay? No pawing at anybody or anything silly. Got over that the other day. Let's stay like that. Good girl. Take our time. Get that mud off you. Get some of that hair out. It's coming out really quick now. Rolling in that mud. You have been rolling in that mud, my lovely. Let's stick that down in there. Bring this out there. It's not going to burn to death in a hot area. There we go. Over here, Bob. That's it. Good girl. Okay, so stay there. All right, so we're taking us a very long time. Hi, how you doing, Doug? She's really dirty, like really dirty, extreme dirt. So, oops, trying to get as much as I can, at least off the areas we need to put the saddle on. Yeah, we got hair flying off like crazy here. And can you write your hunters? I don't know what that means. I don't know what you mean, Bella, sorry. Not sure what that means. Just trying to get this hair out of this brush so I can actually effectively brush you. We'll drop that there. Because right now, if I feel with my hands, there's still a bit of crud in her back. A little bit. It's not terribly bad, but you don't want to leave any because any kind of crud can cause a bit of a saddle spot or sore. Not removed. So anywhere I think I may end up sitting or pitching, I need to be sure that I've got everything off there. I need off there. I'm not going to worry too much about the legs and stuff. She's only going to roll later again and make a mess of it. So it's the saddle area where the girth is that you want to make damn sure that you got all your crud off. Any mud or anything else they may have rolled into. Including things like bindies and cat's heads. You'll be surprised what horses get in their coat and how it affects them. Out of the coat. I have had times with, I had one horse once that had a cat head stuck in the back of his back. I didn't notice it. Of course I went to get on the saddle and of course the horse just went berserk. So I didn't pay enough attention to what I was doing. So I swallowed a whole mouthful of hair. Not really wanting to do that. Hold on a second. I might need to get some water to not choke. Sorry about that. Yeah. It's pretty yuck. Alright. I'll ask her to stand still for me while I pop the saddle on. Whether she will or not is a different story. I'll move the bridle over. Just deciding she's going to move over there. So I'm going to move her over here. Carrying on a bit silly. Stand her here. Probably won't be able to show you very much of the next couple of steps because I need to make sure she doesn't run over this camera. She runs over fine. I'm just trying to get myself organised so when I go to put this on, I'm not going to be stuck in a bad position. It can be tricky. She's going to turn and try and carry on like a pork chop. So I'm going to move her back. I want her standing in the direction I want her in, which is here. Okay. This is where, when you change up things and you're not in a smaller arena, you need them to behave for you. All those extra hours of training you put in start to come into fruition. And watch what she does here. Is she going to try and move? She's going to let me pop it on. We'll see in a second. I decide she's going to try and move. She's going to try and move. She's going to shorten the rein. Shorten the rope. And step. Good. Good. I don't mind having a smell. It's not going anywhere. Stand. Good. Up. Now that is definitely Not allowed. So she's not ready for me to do this. So I'm not ready for her to do it either. I want her to stand still. Huh? So she just moves around towards her again. And I'm going to put this back over here for a second. Get her to move and walk and stand. And she's going to play up because simply we're not in where we usually get that balance on. We're not in our usual environment. She clearly thinks this is what she likes. So, let her know, in no uncertain terms, you need to focus on that. We don't want that to happen for her today. She's probably going to play up again. Again and again and again. But, this is what it is. So when she does this, the more she does it, the more we're going to get her to stand longer. It's really bad behaviour on her part. She's done, don't knows it. Knows exactly what she's doing. So next one. One here, trying to settle down with this human healthy leader. She's going to find that she will wish she just had a wisdom within. So this is all behaviour again. Carrying on like a pork chop, we're going to walk. And make sure she has a distance behind me, so if she comes in my arm's length, she's going to get a smack. A little bit of mouth work with her before I put the bridle on. Get her relaxed a bit. Here we go. Oh, biggie on. Good girl. Sit. No, I want to sit side. Asking her to give me that side. Yeah. Ah, lovely. Okay. Good job. That's good. Alright, so we've now got a horse that's kind of listening, but being still a bit silly. So I'm going to get all the mud and crud off the front of her. That's where her stuff's going to go. excuse to carry on like a pork chop. So if I make sure there's no excuse for her to be silly, then she's not going to be able to get away with being stupid. And that's going to be a good thing. Now, she's probably not going to want me to pop this on. She's probably going to throw me a little bit of a wobbling. She might not, we'll see. This behaviour at the front is going to stop, or we're going to work really hard today. So it's her choice if she works really hard or if she works a little bit. There we go. Well, good. She's decided she's going to listen. She's really good thing. I've decided if she's going to listen, then I'm going to do a bit more. Not right for as long. So you've got to kind of work with them as much as you possibly can. This is getting in the sun too much. So basically, she's almost ready to go. And Josh has just arrived. Now, it's awfully, awfully wet. What I don't want to do is I don't want to be in too much of the open because she's acting a bit strange. What are you scared of? Hey? What are you scared of? She's acting like you're a complete stranger right now. I don't know why she's doing that. She's trying to get out of work. I'm as nervous as hell right now. I don't particularly feel like I want to get on at all. With it striking a bit earlier, carrying on like a pork chop. I've been asking them if they're wet. A little stretch. Really no point in cleaning her feet out like this point at this stage because she's just going to. Good girl, thinking nicely, good girl. Come on. Baby, go home. Go home. There's an eagle. Now, do I really want to get on? No, I do not. I do not. Now, we've had several days without rain, with rain. I'm going to go in here because this is where we usually start. And if she behaves in here, I'll come out here. But I'm going to be, it's very jittery. So, I'm just going to stick up and down here. Even if I just get on for 5 minutes, not even that, better than nothing. what I will do is I'm going to put a block across there so it doesn't think you can run through the road. You'll need a bit of gate there again. Settle with the gate. Are they coming this way? No, they're going over there, but they might turn and come this way. And wait for the cockatoos. Every time, without fail. It doesn't matter what time I pick. There'll either be a bunch of sheep being moved or there'll be cockatoos, one or the other. Here they come, they're going over there now. And wait for them to settle down. It's not that big a flock there, that's only a small portion. Trouble is she doesn't like them and she freaks out. She's got to get used to it. I mean, she sees them when she's in the paddock and she still runs from them, so that's why I'm reluctant. You don't you ever think about coming over here? Stay there. Okay. I think that might be stopping. These glasses off someone fall off and smash my eyes. Thought about there may be something I can do. Stop. It's a behaviour system. Don't you even do. You should back through laugh straight, I think. I'm just going to move with her. As soon as she feels me take control off of that side, is where she starts her crap. So I'm going to go on. I'm going to confuse her on this side. Don't usually get on this side. That's enough. This is all attitude.
Hang on. Yeah, I had to move the glasses because the rope was in the way.
So what I'm going to do first, get her to do some exercises. Back. Can't paw at me when she's being moved backwards. So carries on, she's going to go backwards. Licking and chewing, she goes, all right. Walk on. And she really ought to, by now, back. So I'm getting a bit more firm with her at the moment because she's having an attitude. Notice now, as soon as I start walking on, she's coming straight away. When I stop, I want her to stop. I want her to put her head down, drop, just enough to where she's submissive. And now, I'm just going to let her think about this for a minute. So she's been a little talk. She knows exactly what she's doing. a couple of reasons. She doesn't want to work is number one. Number two, she is an alpha mare. Alpha mares are very different to an ordinary mare. An alpha mare will test you whenever the hell they can. And unless you're consistent every single day with them, they can often be quite testy mares, especially if they're having grievances with other horses or if they're cranky because the weather's bad and they haven't got what they usually get and things like that. So she's a little bit tantrumy right now. I know you don't think so because she looks like she's quiet, but trust me, in that brain, she's ticking away. How can I get out of this? And I guarantee you, when I go around here, she's going to live it up again and start. Now, how much of a start she's going to do? And every time she does that, we're going to go back. Back. Yeah? You want to keep going? We'll keep going back. 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 Doesn't like going back. Not happy about that. So I found something that's hard work for her. No. Can I ask you to come back? So this attitude here, you see her eyes just then? She just did like a flick in the eye. And that's like a roll of the eye. That's like a, oh, okay, you mean it kind of thing. So now she's sitting there thinking about things. Wondering what's going on. She's like, what's going on here? You're not moving me forwards, you're moving me backwards. Every time. I'll touch this. Put anything to show any kind of weight or lift the leg. And she does that, we go back again. Back. I don't care if she goes in the mud puddle or wherever she goes, she's going to keep working back until we stop and think about it. Here we go, she can have a little think, lick in the tube. Yep. Might even be a little bit colicky. There's a lot of green grass here. So if you just lie here, you work like this. Stop. I want her to, and I could just really jump straight on and hope for the best, but I don't want to do that. I want her to accept me in a decent way without being angsty. So we're going to go this side now. And she says, yeah. Okay, she's handling that side a bit better. This side she's not. So you may be thinking, is she sore? She's not sore, I've already checked for that. This is behavioural. Back. Not the corner. Not the corner. Back. The reason I'm going beside of her is because I don't want to be close to her strike zone. Drop. I want her to think about what she's doing. I want her to think very carefully about what's going on. So I'm not going to look at her, I'm just going to stand here and let her do her thing. And she can move her legs around if she needs to, do what she needs to do. She can't come forward. Gloves come forwards, like she's doing there. And the reason she's pushing forwards is she's trying to intimidate me and make me take a step back. Itchy foot. And that, she thinks I'm finished, see? Look at that, look at the head. Stretching now, ready for me to pull the bridle. Well, treading on her own foot. But we're not going to listen to that. This is 4-year-old tantrums. So that was a trick and a half. Good on you for tricking you. That. I want her to go back without angst. I want her to go back with her head back, down. No. Back. Just take a step. about that. So now I've got her attention, I'm pretty sure. So if I'm there, she's going to follow mine. So she's coming into me, so I'm going to back. Back. I'm going to keep my space. Ah. That's not on. Think about it. She says, I'm thinking. While she's thinking, I'm not going to look at her. I'm not going to give her the time of day. I'm just going to stand where I'm standing and I'm going to make sure she doesn't come in my space. Waiting for her to show me that she's meaning business, that she's going to listen. She's not showing it to me right now. What she's showing me now is that she doesn't give a shit. She'll do what she wants. How do I know? Because I can see in her face. She does have her head submitted. Now she's going to doe eye. So now we're getting the doe eye where she says, I give up. Right. And she's got a little quiver in the lip there. What's he doing? Don't worry about him. I'll worry about him. I'll worry about you. Walk on. Walk on. And nice. Much better. Better. And I'm going to give her some acknowledgement because she did good job. Right, focusing. So she's trying to look at him, but she's willing to look at me instead. So she's focused mostly on me, which is what we want. Good. And drop. Drop. Good. That's nice. Good. Oh. One thing I haven't seen, maybe the way she's standing. Oh, it's just the way she's standing. Okay, it's just the way she's standing. Come on, Ellie. Now it's very boring, yes, very boring. When you're starting a younger horse, boring is what you're going to get for a while, unless you've got one that unless you're very confident, or you've got one that's just gets things straight away. She gets things, but she's smart. She's too smart. She's smarter than the other horses. Figures out ways to go. And she figured out the other day that when she did this at the dentist, he backed off. And he didn't correct until it was a bit late. He did his best because he was trying to do her teeth, but he wasn't able to do what we needed to do because of the apparatus that was in her mouth. So she had a jaw wide open and stuck while she was doing all this. And had we have pulled her the wrong direction, she would have flipped down, possibly broken the jaw. So there was nothing we could do about that behaviour. Now it's going to face back to me. Okay, that's good. She's really, really fed up. She does not want to do anything. This girl's on season, her tail's to the side. So I've got two mares that are very aggressive right now, and this is where this behaviour is going to come from. And this is where, when they're like that, you've got to watch it because the next person, if they can't overbear the horse in here, they'll try and overbear whoever's working with them. really fed up, and I'm glad she is because it's showing me what she's going to do. There's a whole heap of dogs here again. Hopefully they can settle themselves down. A lot of them turn around and come back here. That's what they do. They circle and circle and circle. Might go down the road. Face right there. So she's getting herself a bit worked up about something. Probably about the other horses moving around and her not being up. So I'm waiting for her to just settle herself down. I don't care if it takes me a long time. Today. It takes a long time. It takes a long time. When you have young horses, you have to be patient. You can send them to a breaker, and sure, the breaker will ride through the buck and ride through everything that's going to happen. But when you get them home, are you willing to go through that? Because they're going to know your limitations. So if you don't slow yourself down and work with them to where they understand you mean business and you mean it, and you don't want them to play up on the first instance and take it slow. The only reason I've had success is because I go slow and I don't rush it. If I rushed things, I would have been in big trouble with this horse because she is so dominant. I'll have to slow down. She's thinking about it, she's fishing it, yep, she's carrying on. What I'm going to do? Back to where we were. Back. It's alright, I'll go back. Back. There's volunteering to go back. Back. Now she's planting her feet, says I'm not going anywhere. Back. I don't like it that I have to go on the side, but yeah, back. Now she just tried to have a nip at me there. So that's ridiculous. This is where you need to have the ground good so you can work them. Ideally, what I'll do is get her to lunge and make her move her feet. Fortunately, because of the wet ground, it's not going to be something that I can do. Back. Back. And look, I'm sure there are people that are a lot better and a lot quicker at doing things than I am. But at the end of the day, they're working with a horse that is not always easy to work with. And I've broken in my fair share of them. And she has definitely been the most challenging out of every horse I've dealt with. She's also the most nicest to ride when she is working with you. She's wonderful. But that in between is not good. This time what I'm going to do is the second she starts her stupidity, which she's just about to do right now. She knows I'm weary. Watch out.
Yeah, I am.
Jump you. Good chance she will try. Let's take this off. she was about ready to flick around to me, really. Still, but I'm not willing to have her do that. What I will do is I'm going to loosen this and I'm going to get her to move and block that corridor over there and get her to walk around and manoeuvre. Still going to have this view, but it's going to be where she can't. She knows what I'm going to do now. She's already prepared. She says, you're going to make me work. Oh dear. You're going to make me move. And I'm going to make you move. It doesn't have to be fast. It doesn't have to be running. It can just be what it is. But it's going to be moving. She's going to have movement. Regardless of whether she wants to or not. Most people would probably be ripping their hair out by now and going off their tree if they wouldn't have already whipped the crap out of the horse. Working like that with a horse like her is not going to work. The heck have you done? And you can see she's following where I'm going. Now she's going to go where she's going. Now he's gotten into something over there and I'm going to have to investigate that real quick. In here and learn to behave herself. Watch the attitude adjustments when we start maneuvering her around here. She says, I'm not coming in. She says, I'm not going. Back there. Back. That's what I've been avoiding this entire time I just do. Great. I walk through my boot. Wonderful. I'm going to have a slippery thing. Oh, too bad. My fault. I shouldn't have bothered doing this today. Now, back. 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 Can I get her to walk around? I'm going to be on her ass. I don't care how much mud I get covered in now because it's covered in. is listening because she is doing what I'm asking her to do. If she didn't want to move, she would just do what she wanted to do. In the belly? Right. What she does. If she goes to strike, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you stop. Okay, where's the lead rope one?
I'll get it.
You can keep moving. Keep walking. And Ellie, turn. Coming? Or am I coming round the back again? Come on. Come on. She understands full well what she needs to do. So whether she's willing to comply is a different story. And whether I'm willing to do it. So even if somebody has got maybe confidence in a situation that's pretty frightening, and a horse that doesn't want to fight. Any horse can do it at any point in time. They don't have to be young, they don't have to be old. Say it again. Look at this thing, so I'm going to ask you to move on. Come. Look. Now I think I know what the problem is. The problem is he's out there and she's in here. She's not happy about that. So she's going to stand over there and refuse to come in. It's going to make her middle safe. don't start your crap. I'm going to ask her to come over and finish with me. Walk. Come on. Walk. Come this way. Come on.
Come here.
You're not going to help you. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, she's okay. Now, all we've got to do is jump on your back, walk up and down there once, and that's it. You're done. But you're not listening. So what we're going to do, we're going to try again. This time I'm going to just get on. And see what happens. Because she's clearly not going to stop this behaviour. So I don't think standing around doing this is going to really have any much effect on her. I had to do this the other day and I had to just jump on. Despite the fear of what she might do to me when I get on, and she might still do something. I have no idea what she's going to do. This is all the upset with the dentist the other day. And Zara coming in season is also a factor. So these are the things that happen when you're working with a horse like Ellie. And you can keep doing that. You can throw yourself around all you want. Up. You can see it's definitely behavioural. I'm not even touching her. And she's carrying on like a bull. The trick is being fast enough to get on before she can swing herself or her butt around. Ah! You watch. That's it. Stop. Bow your head. What I want you to do is turn your head this side for a second. I'm going to check and make sure there's nothing wrong with her being able to touch. You can touch there. Just in case there's something like that. It's definitely not that you can't crisscross. You can crisscross her legs fine. There's nothing wrong with that. This is really, unless this is causing an issue. She knows I'm scared. My fear factor is through the roof right now. She knows it. And you've seen this all before, haven't you? Years, months ago.
Yeah.
Like a year and a half ago, all this crap started. But she came good. But now, it takes one bad thing for them to realise that they can do this over and over and over. Now, watching that where that opens, because what I don't want is her to and why am I not just jumping? Because she's actually making it almost impossible for me to do that. Because I can't let go of here while I'm getting on. But I cannot expect someone else to hold her still while I'm getting on. If I can't get on her without her allowing me, then there's no point in me being on her back. And right about now, I can't let her win this one. And I'll tell you, if I let her win this one, then I'm going to have a right on trouble next time. Now the other day she carried on like a full trouble. She just said, get on, when I'm going, get on. I did, I got on. Just relax. I'm going to get her relaxed. She's worked herself up. I'm worked up. I'm going to let her feel me. And it looks silly, but it's not silly. This is the sort of thing you've got to get them to understand it's not silly. And she says, I don't like what you're doing. It's okay. don't like it when you're lifting your leg up at me either. You're really flapping that tail around. There's no hair. There's no hair. What I want her to do is be comfortable with me maneuvering things around. And see right there, she's looking at something else over here. There's horses going stupid over there, neighbours' horses. She couldn't care less right there, and I could quickly sneak on. The problem's going to be if I sneak on, I'm not really getting her to overcome what she's doing right now. So you can see, it takes a long time. It's just backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. Listening, dropping, relaxing, relaxing, dropping, relaxing. Also remember a little while ago, she was very much thinking I was finished with her for the day. Now she let me get to a certain point there. And she's going to carry on this side because this is the side I normally get on. And we're going to stop that. If she comes into me, I will use my elbow to correct her if I need to. She has to learn she can't use her head to control me. Hey, stay with me. Now do you see that? She wasn't with me for a second there. She forgot all about me. But if I had jumped on then and shocked her, that's a problem. Up, up, up. And she doesn't usually carry on. I'm just hoping there's nothing going on. I did check her. She doesn't feel as if there's anything going on. It doesn't always mean there's not something going on. So I'm just going to wait a minute for her. Stop. And she's getting fed up. I'm actually petrified to get on her. Absolutely worried about doing it. She can keep turning herself around and around. Right. We'll just practice getting ourselves to relax again. Also mindful of where her feet are while all this is going on. So she's basically, I think she's just really angsty with everything. Now, she's really quick at striking, and don't think that she can't get me from here. She can quickly move. So I'm very wary of all that. I don't want to be getting too close in case she decides she's going to spring her ass. Because you can guarantee you, oh look at this is really, really bad. So maybe what we'll do for now, is grab that leg like this. going to give in, because the second I do, I have 10 times more problems. barrel over there, over. Okay. Weird. Remove the bridle reins, remove the reins from the equation, and she's not really giving track at that point. About much at all, which is kind of strange. When you have the reins back here, you know that means work, see? This is a bit farther back than maybe it needs to be. Probably. Since I lift my leg, she's going to get curved up. See what I'm doing. Have to very, very early on basics. And that's okay, you can look and see what I'm up to. This is what you do when you first start getting on. Just go back to the very, very beginning. So we can process things slowly. Sometimes that's what you've got to do. Sometimes that's not working, doesn't work. For instance, if I was to have a hell of a lot more confidence than I have, see there? So she's okay with that, because this is behaviour for sure. Absolutely. Look at this. So she just knows that I am petrified today, and she's going to play on it. As soon as I start taking this, undoing this, she thinks it's all finished. And she's going to try and get me to take it off. And she's going to be in for a rude shock again, because I'm not going to take it off. But I'm not comfortable to get on until I'm comfortable. And I'm not going to get on until I'm comfortable. Because if I do, and then I have a bad experience, and she has a bad experience, I've undone everything I've worked for. And it's not going to be a very good result in the long term. It is. So just starting to work with the basics again is probably the only way to get a good response out of it. I've got that again. Now she's going to realise I've got a different leg. This leg, she's fine. Does she know that I can't get on with this leg? Maybe she does. Oh, she just whacked me with her tail really hard. Okay. So that's most definitely no, you really don't. No, no. So she's trying to whack me with her tail quickly. So that, it's not funny at all, actually. It's pretty damn bad. And it ain't good. And it looks like it's so simple. Oh, just get on, just get on, just get on. My brain's screaming at me, just get on, get on, get on, get on. But I know that the second I do push it, it could go really badly. It could go really badly. She could buck, she could go berserk, she could stomp me, anything could happen. Whether it will or not is a different story. There's only one way to find out, that is to get on. It's whether or not I want to lift myself and get on. I could really work really quickly. And I don't think it's a good idea to work really quickly and get on. And she's going to. Look at the eye. Eye tells you everything you need to know. Right, I'm going to try something different. Can you hold her for a second? I'm going to grab that spare. the training block. And she knows that when I bring this out, I mean absolute business. So until she stops being stupid, well, I'm standing here. So, I don't care how many times I've got to keep going. Just keep moving back. I'll keep going till she stops. Get up. Could have been easily done, couldn't it? Stand. Good. Good. It's nice. So see that? Because I did so much work with this the other day and she was remembering, oh shit, if we got this thing, she means business. Thank God I did so much work with this thing the other day. I just want her to stand nicely. Good girl. There you go. I guarantee you when I get on, well, I can't guarantee actually, you should never guarantee. But I'll be 99% sure when I do get on, she's not going to give me a hard time. She's going to let me on. Actually, no, I'll keep this on. So she understands that we are still in the training phase of things. Okay, so this is the next behaviour she's going to have. And it's going to be, I'm forgetting about pouring, now I'm thinking about getting past that block. It's going to go across the block. I know. Pick it up. Pick it up. And this is what she's going to do now. It's going to be, the block is going to be the object that she goes for now. Not me. It'll be the block. See the difference when I bring the block in. This is how I know, for absolute certain, this is a behavioural issue. This has got nothing to do with anything other than her being a cranky brat. And what happens when I go this side and the block's on that side? We'll soon find out. There's the carry. But she says, the block is here. I'm going to bump her head back and ask her to behave herself. And ask her to move forward. And look how long it's taken me. How long it's been? Over an hour, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So you could break a horse in just about in the time that I've spent doing this. And I'm on. All that's for that. How ridiculous is that? But the fact that I didn't give up, I didn't let her decide what was going to happen, has been a win for both of us. For her, she has a leader. For me, I've got more confidence now that I now know I was absolutely correct. This is all behavioural. This is her being a little brat. We could have had her time already finished by now. Way over. She could have been out there doing what she wanted. We're just going to walk. And stand. And walk. I want her to stand and drop. So I want her to think about what she's just gone through for me to get on. How ridiculous. Now, the other day, after she'd been through the dentist, she let me on her instant with this big head. Don't stir her up with that.
Yeah.
And she allowed me to get on her in a second. Now, she's had time to think. She's had several days off now, probably 4 days off, where she's had time to think about whether or not she's going to comply when I'm getting on her. I could have gotten on her 40 minutes ago, an hour ago. I could have forced it, but I wasn't confident, so I didn't. But you know what? It's not a waste of time. It's not a waste of time because the fact that I'm now on her, she's listening, and we'll watch and see how much she's listening. I'm just going to walk. And it's persistence and consistency. She's not pulling faces now. She's not acting like she's in any kind of terrible pain or anything like that. She's just walked and a big load of birds taken off over there. I'm just going to watch where they're going. If they start heading in this direction, I'll be jumping off. No, they're going back. So you can see, whoever was watching, if anyone was watching, whoever was watching can see the importance of consistency. Even if you are petrified and scared, being consistent is a valuable thing to do. It's going to buy you far more with your horse than doing anything else, any whipping or anything like that. Being consistent and being patient and having patience to work with the animal as long as it takes. And it took me an hour and a half to get on her. Now normally I can get on this horse in a few seconds, no problem. But she's had a bit of a problem with the dentist, and that's put her off. And you can undo, with a horse like her, things can be undone very quickly, as quick as they can be done. Of course, undone a lot quicker than they can be fixed. So, I'm still frightened while I'm on her, because she's got an attitude. It's gone now, but she had a bad attitude. And as a result, I am wary of her. Wary of her, wary of what she can do. She did try to buck me about a week or so ago. It wasn't a bad buck, but it was definitely now me being petrified isn't anything out of the ordinary, thankfully. If I wasn't always scared and I suddenly acting scared, she'd probably take the absolute mickey out of me, because she knows me well enough to know what she says. And she's giving me that look backwards. She's looking back at me as if to say, are we done? Are you finished? Now, it took me an hour and a half. Now she's had to move, she's had to have patience for an hour and a half as well. I'm not the only one who's had to be patient. She's had to have patience. She's actually done very well for a young horse. Ordinarily, a young horse, 10-15 minutes of that and they'll be going berserk. She's got a lot of patience, even though she's stubborn. She has patience. That patience, she's going to go over the top of that section. And that patience that she's just developed in having to wait for me to finish doing her, despite her getting very angsty with me, she could have been a lot worse, put it that way. So I'm pretty pleased with the effort that she's made. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ride her down to there, and then I'm going to hop off. And I'm going to let her be and see how she goes. I'm going to leave Toffee out there for a bit and leave her in here with Sarah so she's not being harassed by him for a bit. But she seriously has changed. Her demeanour's completely different now. She's more, oh, okay, I'm going to listen. And we'll test that. Give her the cute move. And she instantly moves. I've got this rein on her. She's walking nice and easy and slow. She's starting to get the pace up, but we're going to slow her down. Good girl. Good girl. Doesn't like the squishy mud. Zara couldn't care less about the mud. Good girl. And you can see she's not swishing the tail anymore. She's not getting cranky. She's not stomping. She's not carrying on. She says, oh, okay, you won. So I won that battle, but it took a long bloody time. And I'll tell you now, it was not easy for me to get on her. She is a difficult horse when you are frightened. She will frighten you with her behaviour. And the fact that we were able to come to an agreement with one another, despite both of us being stubborn, it worked out really well. So I'm feeling still anxious and a little bit like I'm looking back and thinking, what can I do differently? And I could probably do lots of different things to make it a shortcut and make it a lot quicker for me to get on. I could probably rip the crap out of her and she'll probably bow down once or twice. But what happens when she no longer listens to that? This is why I don't work that way with horses. Because yes, you can whip them, but at one point or another, a dominant mare, especially like her, is going to go, no, hell no. I'm taking back my power, and they're going to really go you. So the way that I'm doing it's slow and painful in a sense, because you've got to really earn it. You've got to earn her. But at the same time, once you do earn her and you've got her, she's an absolute pleasure to work with, and she'll give you her best. And it's well worth it. So what's going to happen next time? Who the heck knows? I don't know. It could be a fight between her and Zara. That might be what's causing all this angst. It could also be the upset from the dentist, I think, is a big key factor. He stepped backwards in a key point, and I saw that. And the minute he stepped back, something clicked in her eye, and you could see she knew, I've got these people. I've got them. I'm going to be in charge here. And she did. She won that battle. And since then, she's probably processed that in her head and thought, well, I've tried getting Zara. She's not moving off her pedestal. Let's try the next best thing. Let's try me. So she's really worked her hardest today to deter me in as much as possible. But having said that, she's definitely okay now and very pleasant right at this point of time. Of course, that's because I'm not really making her do anything. But you can see there, I just moved my reins and she's straight away done okay. When you had an alpha mare like this girl, you really appreciate any other horse, because an alpha mare is more difficult than a stallion. I've had stallions, and there was no difficulty like this. That's all. And he was 4-year-old, and once I finished with him, he was sold off when he was actually 5, I think. But he never caused a problem like her, and all the geldings I've had have never caused a problem, and all the mares I've had apart from Zara have never caused a problem. So it's not that she's causing a problem, she's doing what her instincts tell her to do. She's got far too much testosterone, and her instincts are that like a stallion. So she's more or less a giant female stallion. That's pretty much how to describe her behaviours. But yeah, it is what it is. The tomboy. Like I said, once you get her past that threshold of her throwing a tantrums and things, she's going to be a very nice matured adult horse when she's fully matured. She's going to be a really good horse. I don't think half of the problems are going to be there once she's matured. I think a lot of this is her maturing her learning. She needs a lot of miles. She needs to get out. She needs to do a lot more than what I'm giving her right now. And these little walks along the way are these little hiccups that we have. They're all part of learning one another. And just understanding and drop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk around one more time and then bring her back here. Then I'm going to release her over here where she had all the angst. I'm going to let her go there so that the next time we come to this area, she's going to associate that with a release. Not with taking out and having further time. Just to prove that she's on puppy dog. So this is where she was mostly holding on to the problem and carrying on. I'm going to finish here. She's waiting in this space. There we go. That's the side I got on. No, did I get on that side? Come. I'm going to start away from her release. And look at this. She's very, very keen to have that release happen. Good girl. There we go. Right there. Once I take the saddle off and she's fully released, she's going to be very, 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 very happy that this spot is a good spot, not a bad spot. So we're just reinforcing back into her brain again. She's a good spot. She wants to roll and she's sniffing the ground. Now, she didn't work up a big sweat or anything like that, and that's okay. She doesn't have to. She's just got to comply and listen. Ready? Come on, girl. And that's pretty much it then. And that's done. So we're all done now. I don't know where my glasses went. Down that end? Okay. So she's pretty much, you know, that was difficult for her too. She's young. You've got to remember they're young, and that's an awfully long time. Hold on. I can get that. Let me get that.
That's alright. Just put your glasses.
So, yeah. I can see him. Thanks. Rightio. Hold on, you. Hold up. Shit. Straight in the mud pole again. I can't believe this. This is like 3 times. She just went straight under there. She went under that. She never goes under. Ah, you've taught her that, Zara. You have taught her that. Yeah, where is it? Oh, yep. Rightio, hang on a second. 25 degrees. Yeah, I don't know what it is here. Probably about 20, maybe 18, something like that. But yeah, but that was really a lot of, that was pretty scary for me. I know, like someone like you, Ian, you'd probably be on her in 5 seconds, but I don't know, I can't just, I don't want to hurry things and get it wrong. And I'd rather work it slowly, go back to the very basics and get it right with her than to have it go in a different way. So for me, I've done what I needed to do, and it's also, the other thing is with her, if you get too forceful with her, she gets forceful back. So you've got to balance it with her. She's got to have a balance. Sometimes you do get wild with her, and sometimes I will like be very assertive. But sometimes, like today, where I'm not feeling confident, I don't want to start a fight I can't finish. So I've really had to really work hard to overcome that particular interaction. I'm proud of her though. She did well. She did well for a youngster. Ow. But, oh, it's almost 3 o'clock. Wow. That was just, yeah. Oops. Okay, hold on. Just got to get these things put away. Oops. Okay, so what I've got to do, a little bit of hay here. I'm going to cross over. I'll bring you taking in a minute. Back. 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 Back up. Have some respect. Well, I'm surprised that battery lasted as long as it did. Where do you want your tea jug? Okay, I'll bring it over. Yeah. Was I being too anxious? I was really freaking out. I was really freaking out. Maybe I should really not have dominant horse. I don't know what to do. I don't know. She's gonna be a good horse though. This is the thing. Put in the miles, she'll be a good horse. Oops, got to turn that off. Wow. Okay. Oh, that was a big lot of moving around. Big effort. Who is it? Who's there? Come on. Come on. Frizzy. Alright, well, I'm done for the day. Thanks, Ian, for hanging about and watching. Yeah, she's a very stubborn girl. She freaks me out because she carries on as if there's something. My thing is there something wrong? And I don't want to push if there's something wrong, you know what I mean? But at the same time, when they learn that they can do that, and I swear to God, it wasn't the dentist's fault or anybody's fault, but that experience with the dentist, I think, just made things go backwards quite a bit. My confidence went right backwards, and she knows it. She knows it. And it's just not good. I just feel very worn down by that. But at the same time, I'm glad I persisted. You know, I know everybody does things differently, and probably a lot of people would have done things a lot differently. I'll tell you right now, if she was at a trainer's, they would have just whipped the crap out of her to get her to listen. That's what they do. I've watched them. I've seen what they do. And it's because they have a very quick turnover. They have to work very fast. So that's the quickest way, is to belt the crap out of them and get them to move. But it is not the way for that horse. That'll work on Zara, probably. That'll probably work on any other horse that I've had. A quick smacking would work, but not on her. With her, the more that you fight her, the more she gets up in your face and the more aggressive she'll become. I've had her for 2 years now that I've been working with her, and it is very much, it was actually more than 2 years. She was 15 months old when she came. So, going on 3 years nearly. We got her in January 2022. So January 2025, we'll have had her 3 years. And she was 15 months old, so she'll be 4 years and 3 months then. Oh dear. Well, I think I've survived, but just barely. And she could have gotten a lot worse, and she could have very badly done some things that could have led to something else, but just I know with her that was the best way to deal with her, was to go back and back and back to square one and get her to move her feet and think about everything that we were doing and consider things. And that mounting block, all those exercises I did the other day with the mounting block have definitely paid off. So I'm very pleased about that. Hazel! Okay, well, you guys have a lovely afternoon. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later. Bye for now.